Were we right in our market prediction last month? That's what we're talking about today, starting right now. Hey everyone, Chris here. I'm one of the guys on the team. Jessica will be back next week. Like I said in the intro, we went out on a limb a little bit last month. We were starting to see some signs of potential inventory increases. We're hearing that a little bit more now from other people. We're seeing some articles in the media, so I feel a little better about that. I feel like we're going out on a limb a little bit less. Let's start with national numbers first, then we'll do Murrieta, Menifee, and Temecula, and again, we always do single family homes only. We'll finish with that, and at the end I will do inventory, which is the focus of this video. But first, here's this Redfin article. The headline says, "New listings of homes for sale surpassed 2019 levels." That's an interesting quote. The article goes on to say that despite a long-awaited increase in the supply of homes for sale, home buying demand continued to slip, leaving the market a few degrees cooler. So this is all good news to us. We're mostly on the buyer side. So here's our trench report. We have a lot of fun with these thumbnails, and Jessica's showing that it's getting a little cooler, and we are starting to hear that more, like I said. Redfin has all these cool charts, like this Redfin Homebuyer Demand Index. It says it's a measure of requests for home tours and other services from Redfin agents. So it's basically proprietary measure that they use and to create these charts, but I take them at their word, and I think it's good information to consider. So Redfin's showing this peak here somewhere between March and July, and a slight downward trend, so that's interesting to see. Now Redfin does say the same that we do, that it's still very much a seller's market out there. Homes are still selling for record highs. They're going very quick. We always describe the typical pacing of going on the market Wednesday, Thursday. Showings might start that weekend. Have showings all weekend. Consider your offers that you get. There's almost always offers, multiple offers, and then open escrow early that next week. That's still the same pace that we see on our listings and when we're on the buyer side too. Real quick, if you're finding this helpful, if you don't mind, comment, subscribe. Down in the links below we have this article, the Redfin article. We have our newsletter that we send out every Friday, and we appreciate the support. Thank you. All right, let's get into the Murrieta, Temecula, Menifee stats. As always, we're looking at single family homes only, no condo, land, anything like that. We start with the median sales price, and a couple months ago we switched from median from the average. I've tried to explain this before, but median is in the middle. So you've got the lowest and then the highest price, and right in the middle, that's where most of your sales are, and that's actually a better stat than the average. The average pricing gets skewed by big numbers, usually at the higher end. So median sales price starting with Murrieta, $610,000. That's up $142,592 from June of the prior year. That's a big number increase. It's also up $20,000 from May. That's 3% in just 1 month. So 30.5% on the year with the 610, and 3% over the prior month. Median price in Menifee, $500,000, easy number to remember. That's up $95,000 from June of the prior year, 23%, 23.6%. It's also up $11,000 from the prior month, $489,000. Temecula, median sales price, $684,000. That's up $164,000 from $520,000 prior year, 31.5%. It's also up $24,500 from the month of May, 3%, just 1 month. Now closed sales, these bounce around quite a bit. There's seasonality, but here's the stats. 276 for the month of June versus 206 in Murrieta last year. That's up 67. Month of May was 230, so it's up 43 month over month. Menifee closed sales, 244, up 52 from 192 the prior year. It's way up from May. That's kind of an anomaly. I'd have to understand why May was 183 so low. So that's what I mean. It kind of bounces around a lot. And Temecula, 237 is up 33 from the prior year, up 41 from last month, 196. Here's another very small sign of improvement for the buyer side that we'd like to talk about, along with the inventory. So days on market, here you go. Murrieta, 6 versus 14 last year. Menifee, 7 versus 18 last year, and 6 versus 12 in Temecula. Now you might be wondering, Chris, why are you saying that that's a sign for the buyer? Here's why. In May it was 5, 5, and 5 in Murrieta, Temecula, and Menifee. It was all the same. But again, in Murrieta you've got 6 days, You got 7 days in Menifee and you got 6 days. So gaining 1, gaining 2 in Menifee, and gaining 1 month over month. This is one of those little shoots of green that most people wouldn't have the courage to say that might be a trend. Anybody can say, yeah, I need to see 6 months before I make a call on it, but by that time, everybody in the media will be talking about it, and it doesn't take much courage to say that. But we'll go out on a limb a little bit more and say that it is continuing to trend a little bit towards the buyer side, and we will keep an eye on it. All right, here's what we're waiting for, inventory. Thanks for sticking around to the end to watch this. I'll first go through my stats. So 210 in Murrieta versus 284 the prior year. 220 Menifee versus 258 the prior year. 242 versus 255 in Temecula. All those are down. Again, you might be wondering, Chris, why do you think this is a trend for the buyer? Here's why. Starting with Murrieta. It's still low, I'll admit that. It's still low, but it seems to be pretty stable. Basically, March through June, right around 210. That's great. Stability is great. In Menifee, this 220, that's up 52 from the prior month. So that might be a 1 month anomaly again, or it might be something to look at. And then in Temecula, here's what I'm going to talk about the most. Temecula up 36. May was 206 the prior month. But here's the trend. We always say we'll keep an eye on it, so we're keeping an eye on it, and here's what happened. Temecula has steadily ticked up since February. So check it out. February 168 plus 10 is 178. March plus 13. In April is 191. May 206 plus 15. And now the month of June, that 242 number, that's up 36 in 1 month. So if you're the type of person that wants to see 5 months of data before you make a call, there it is, 5 months up of inventory. Granted, it's not the 300 or 400, 500 that we would like to see, but it is something, and we are hopeful. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Jessica will be back next week.